स्वाध्याय टीवी। डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी।
Dear students, Namaskar. I, Dr. Himanshu Patel, welcomes you from Chaitanya Studio of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University on Mobile Application Development for Android lecture series. Android is an operating system that powers mobile device and is one of the most popular mobile platforms today. Android platform runs on hundreds and millions of mobile devices throughout the world. It is the largest installed operating system of any mobile operating system and growing rapidly day by day. You can develop apps and games using Android, and it gives you an open marketplace for distributing your apps and games instantly. Android is the operating system for powering screens of all size, including TVs, tablets and mobiles. Android version is named after a desert. The latest version of Android is Android 5, which is also known as a lollipop. Today, we will learn history of mobile software development and how Android platform evolves. Let us start. The first mobile device was Motorola Dynatec 8000X, which was the first commercially available cell phone, and it is of very huge brick size. The characteristic of first generation mobile phones are they are very expensive and it is not particularly full feature. There is only facility for calling and text messages available. All these mobile phones having proprietary softwares, so they do not have portability. Program written for one mobile phone cannot run on another mobile phone easily. As the mobile phone prices dropped, batteries get better, reception area grows, more and more people begin carrying these mobile devices. Customer wants pushing for more features and more games. They do not just want to call and receive calls from mobile, but they also wanted to play games and getting other information on their phones. They needed some way to provide a portal for entertainment and information services without allowing direct access to the handset. Early phone have very small size screen, so only text can be displayed properly, and there is a limitations of storage as well as processing power also. These phones could not handle the data intensive operations required by web browser. So, one cannot have full feature phone earlier days. The bandwidth requirement for data transmission were also costly to the users. To address all these issues, wireless application protocol, which is also called WAP, is evolved to address these issues. The characteristics of earlier version of wireless application protocol are they are stripped down version of HTTP, which is a standard protocol for exchanging information on web. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Web browser were designed to run within the memory and bandwidth constraint of the phone. So, web browser are designed in such a way that they can run within these constraint of earlier phones. We can have third party website which serves pages written in markup language called wireless markup language, or in short WML. So, one can write like we write down page in HTML for website. In earlier day you can write down page in WML, and that WML site can be accessed by web browser. The web solution was great for handset manufacturer and mobile operator. These wireless application protocol is not up to the mark due to certain reasons. The reasons are handset screen were too small for surfing. You cannot have entire page view on small screen size. Another thing is web browser was initially slow and frustrating. So, reading a sentence fragment at a time and then waiting seconds for the next segment to download ruin the user experience. So, mobile operators who provided the web portal often restricted which website were accessible. So, critics begin to say WAP is nothing but wait and pay. You have to wait for next data and you have to pay a huge amount. Writing robust application with WAP such as graphic intensive video games was nearly impossible. Then next, proprietary software development tools were evolved. Because of memory was getting cheaper, batteries were getting better, and personal digital assistants and other embedded devices were beginning to run compact version of common operating systems such as Linux and Windows. Now you can have complete operating system, but not in all features are available on mobile phone due to this increase in memory and battery life. So variety of different proprietary platforms emerge and developers are actively creating application for them. Now we look at the different proprietary platform that was emerged. First was the Palm OS, now which is called Garnet OS. Then BlackBerry OS is also example of proprietary mobile platform. Java Micro Edition was there, which is also called J2ME. Binary Runtime Environment for Wireless, in short BREW. Symbian OS and OS X for iPhone is emerged. All these proprietary mobile platform has certain benefits and certain drawbacks. What was the drawback is application developed on one platform cannot be run on another platform. So the Open Handset Alliance was formed in November 2007, comprised of many of the largest and most successful mobile companies on the planet. Its member includes chip makers, handset manufacturer, software developer and service providers. The entire mobile supply chain is well represented. The objective of these Open Handset Alliance was to provide a open standard platform that is available to all and follow certain standards. Andy Rubin has credited as the father of the Android platform. His company Android Incorporation was acquired by Google in 2005. This Google is a part of Open Handset Alliance, and the objective of Open Handset Alliance is to provide a common platform to develop mobile application which can be shared on any device. So Google began developing non-proprietary open standard platform based upon technology developed by Android Incorporation, and objective is to solve the problem hindering the mobile community. Since one application cannot be easily run on another mobile phone because of this proprietary operating system, there should be need for one free and open operating system, and the solution is the Android project. Most Android platform development is completed by Rubin's team at Google, where he acts as the Vice President of Engineering and manages the Android platform roadmap. Google hosts the Android open source project. Open source means you have complete source of operating system is available and provide online Android documentation that you can use how to use Android for developing mobile application. It provides tools, forums and the software development kit for developer. All major Android news originates at Google. Let us see what is Android is. We can say Android is the first complete open and free mobile platform. It is a open, which means it is available to all, it is a free of cost, and it allows you to create rich application development opportunities. It is provided through open source licensing, and free means it is a free of cost. It is the largest installed operating system of any mobile operating system and growing rapidly day by day. The major features of Androids are, first of all, it is a free and open source. Second, it is a familiar and inexpensive development tools. It provides you with SDK, that is software development kit, which is freely available, and it is provides a development language which is a very familiar to developers, which is Java. So familiar languages, familiar development environments. You can use Eclipse for developing Android applications, which is a standard development environment, and nowadays Google announced Android Studio as the official IDE for developing Android application. You can learn Android in a very reasonable time. So, reasonable learning curve for developers, because those who are familiar with Java can quickly learn Android. It enables development of powerful applications. You can say all type of application can be easily developed in Android, whether it is a game, whether it is a commerce applications, whether it is standard application, any kind of application you can easily develop in Android. Android provides rich, secure application integration through various kind of permissions that you can assign to applications. You can easily publish your application on Google Play Store, which is a marketplace for your application. So, no costly obstacle to publication. Free market for applications, which is a Google Play Store. You can register on Google Play Store and easily publish your applications, either free of cost or paid one. So, it is a new growing platform. Let us learn at Android's architecture. The major portion of Android is a Linux operating system, upon which Android applications are executed in secure manner. Each Android applications runs in its own virtual machine, and Android applications are managed code. Therefore, they are much less likely to cause the phone to crash, leading to fewer instances of device corruptions. If you see in this image, first is the physical hardware, then comes Linux operating system, and every applications which is developed in Android runs on this Linux operating system facility. So, to execute your application you require Dalvik virtual machine, which is very similar to Java virtual machine. So, this is how Android applications work. There is a physical hardware, then there is a operating system comes into picture, and on every operating system separate applications executed by Dalvik virtual machine in a secure manner. Android provides us with security and permissions for our applications. So, integrity of Android platform is maintained through a variety of security measures. These measures help ensure that users data is secure and that the device is not subject to malware. What kind of permissions applications can have? Applications are run as a operating system user. So, separate data is managed for each applications. Explicitly defined applications permission. If you allow your application to call someone, then and then application can call somebody. If your application have a permission for sending SMS, then and then your application can send SMS. So, explicit defined permission for each applications. Then there are limited and ad hoc permissions, which is on temporary basis. Application signing for trusted relation. You can sign your applications through digital signature, and anyone who download this application has surety that it is from you only. There is a marketplace developer registration is required to publish your application. So, this is how application integrity is maintained. Android provides various kind of packages for developing applications. There are certain kind of packages available. So, one package may provide common user interface widgets such as button, spin control, text input, etc. Then there is a user package for user interface layout, how you want to arrange your controls. So, that is called layout. So, there are packages for developing user interface layout. There is a secure and networking web browsing features such as SSL and WebKit. Structured storage relationship database. Android provides SQLite database for storing your data in a database. There is a powerful 2D and 3D graphics packages available for developing graphics applications. There is a audio and visual media formats supported by Android packages, which is MPG4, MP3 and still image. Access to optional hardware such as location based services, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and hardware sensor is also there. So, you can use these API or packages to develop powerful and rich application. Any Android application consists of certain component. Now, let us look at those component. First is activity. Activities are functions the application performs. For example, suppose I write down one game application, the welcome page may be one activity, the high score may be the another activity, and playing game may be the one of the activities. So, activities are functions the application performs. So, we need to define activity for Android applications. Then group of views. Every activity has a certain interface. So, these interface are nothing but group of views that defines applications layout. What I need to define display in particular activity is decided by the layout or group of views. Suppose two applications are running and or two activities are running and they want to exchange data between each other. So, they can use intent. Intent is a message passing mechanism used by Android for exchanging data between two applications or two activities. Sometimes we want to perform operations which does not have any user interface, but generally they run in background. For example, suppose you start downloading, it does not need to give any interface, but when download completed, you just display certain message. So, those kind of functions are performed by service. Services allow for the background processing without user interface. So, you can consider downloading as a background process and it may be implemented by service. Then there are notification. Notifications are message that displayed in your title bar. These are alerts the user when something interesting happens. For example, suppose e-commerce application is there and they want to inform you that there are certain discount is available on particular product. So, they can send you this notification message and it will be displayed in title bar, and when you see that notification you can notify or inform about this offer. So, these are the various types of component Android application can have. All Android versions has a certain API level. API means application program interface. So, Android version first is alpha version, 1.1 is a beta version, 1.5 is a cupcake version, 1.6 is donut, and you can see that there is a API level which indicates the number for API. 2 to 2.1 having a API level of 5, 6 and 7, and code name for these Android version is Eclair. So, I can say 2 to 2.1 is known as a Android Eclair, 2.2 to 2.2.3 is known as a Froyo, 2.3 is known as a Gingerbird, 3 is a Honeycomb, 4 is a ice cream sandwich, 4.1 to 4.3 is known as a Jelly Bean, 4.4 is a Kit Kat, and with API level of 19, and latest version of Android is Lollipop, which is having API level 21. One interesting thing about this Android version is that all the names is in alphabetical order. So, you can I have highlighted first letter of each name of Android version, which starts from A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So, it is in ascending order and all are deserts. So, these are the Android version and API level that we are using. Today we discuss history of software development for mobile, how these Android version evolve, and what are the major features of Android application, what are the components of Android applications, and what are the architecture for any Android application. I hope you enjoy and find this information very useful. In the next lecture, we will discuss about development environment for Android application. Thank you and Happy learning.